Welcome to the Ghimlyt Dark. Munch on some pizza, turn on your tank stance, wait patiently for your group to load in, and we will be away and off we go. Maybe? I'll lower this volume a little bit here. Yes, off we go. Let's go. Most of the pulls here are going to be wall to wall, but the good thing is that they don't make it so sorry, I'll get to that in a second. Pulling off aggro on all four and then using arm's length to get to the next pull so I don't get wailed on the way there. Getting to these three and then using my AoE abilities to pick up aggro. Also going to use Rampart and Reprisal here since we have two pulls together. As I was saying, you can wall-to-wall pull here, but the wall-to-wall sections are quite small, so they don't really allow you to get trained. I mean, it's possible, but it's not really, it's hard to get trained in this particular zone, because they do a good job walling off the pulls, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. Diving in, using our AoE ability to pick up aggro, and moving down to the next pull. Arm's length is on cooldown, otherwise I would use it. AoEing to pick up aggro on everything, and then using Reprisal and also my other damage reduction abilities, since we got a ton of stuff on us now. Oh, let me get out of that AoE. It's probably a good idea. As you can see here, our health has stayed very high this entire time, despite having all of these mobs attacking us, so we do have a pretty good healer on our hands. And that's it, we're at the first boss. 3 minutes of pulls, not too bad. On this boss, positioning doesn't matter quite as much because the boss does rotate with his attacks, so you don't have to worry too much about where you're pointing the boss. No matter where you point him, he's just going to move anyway. If you're not familiar with how this attack works, I would recommend checking out my intermediate mechanics video. These are called spin attacks. And I go over how to navigate those attacks in that video. I think it's the intermediate one. It might be the advanced one. It's definitely not the beginner one. I'll use a few damage reduction abilities here because why not? Ninjas, by the way, only use Duton right here if it's AoE. If it's single target, you don't need to use that. Using a couple of defensive cooldowns here because somebody died. And I know that the healer is going to be out of commission while he brings that player up. So might as well make myself a little bit lower on the healer's priority list by taking less damage. Makes sense. First boss is down, and we're going to go ahead and begin the... Whoa, that was weird. Okay, hold on. Everybody calm down. There we go. Got aggro, arm's length, and going to move to the next pull now. Using my AoE attack to pick up aggro, and then just continuing to spam AoE abilities. I'll use Reprisal here, but I don't think I need to use anything else. No, I don't. We have a good healer. I believe I could have pulled through this as well, but that's okay. We're talking about minimal savings there. But that is also an opportunity to do a wall-to-wall pull. Not a big deal if you don't do it. You're talking about seconds, really. Like, not that much time at all. As always, jump 360 off of all ledges. All ledges must be jump 360 off of. 360'd off of? Whatever. AoE attack to pick up aggro. I do not have full aggro, so I'm not going to move to the next pull just yet. Using the enemy list to find the one I did not have aggro on, and then picking it up, and then moving on. We'll go ahead and pull right down to the first boss, using AoE attacks to pick up as much aggro as I can. Missing aggro on one, selecting using my AoE, or I'm sorry, my single target ability. We got a ton of dudes on us now, so we're going to use all of our defensive cooldowns. And you might as well, because right there is the next boss. And we are at boss number 2, Prometheus. Hello. Nothing to it in the beginning of this fight. You're just turning the boss around, and it doesn't really matter because he's just going to burrow and shoot through the wall anyway. So, spinning your camera, looking for where that's going to happen, and then getting out of the way. Pointing the boss here doesn't matter too much because he does have attacks that go in front and behind, so no matter what, like there's that one that goes in front, so that one looks great, but there is also an attack where he attacks everyone from behind like that, and the front is safe. So positioning on this boss, not super critical, is the point. Standing in the middle there to take as the smallest amount of damage possible from the AoE attacks, finding which way the boss is going to come out of the wall, and then getting out of the way.
You underestimate me.
Diving in, AoE attack, pick up aggro, use arm's length, and then move to the wall. The wall's just going to be right here down this little hill. Missing aggro on one, selecting it using the enemy list, and then using my ranged attack. For defensive abilities, using Rampart and Reprisal.
Out of my way.
We don't have to go crazy and use everything here because we have a really good healer. Not too much to worry about there. These are all just single targets. We'll pick up aggro on this thingy, the Hexadrone, and we'll move it down to the final area. Again, using my AoE attack to get aggro on everything, and pulling it to about here. I think this is a pretty good area. I'll use Reprisal since it's off cooldown, and continuing to spam my AoE abilities. And since I'm spamming my AoE abilities, I automatically get aggro on the this Colossus, but it doesn't matter because the Colossus just gets killed anyway. Actually, I was losing aggro there. I used my tab button twice to tab down to the Colossus, and then used my ranged attack to get aggro back on him. I also pointed him toward the outside of this area here, just to be safe, but it didn't really matter because he pointed that way anyway with his attack. Okay. We got this dude. Selecting him using my ranged attack. And he's going to go do his thing now. Let's see. Get inside the bubble with Kanisena. Thanks. Nice. Nice. What you do here isn't too critical because it's just going to get killed by one of the NPCs anyway. So you're really just using your abilities. There it goes, self-detonate. Nothing you have to do here. Looks like it's going to be Lise this time.
Time to get serious.
Thank you. And we are at the last boss, 14 minutes into the dungeon. Pretty good time. Jump 360 off all ledges. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll dive in. That counting was ensuring that we don't have anyone watching cutscenes and that my entire group is actually here. Nothing too much to phase 1 of this fight. It's just tank and spank. And that's it. And now they're going to do their little tag team attack. Zoom all the way out if you're not zoomed all the way out so you can see the attack. And then just move to where the attack is not. Picking up aggro on the second boss here for phase 2. And we have bombs, which will go off in a specific order. And that's it. Just wait for them to go off and then move to where they just went off, because they won't attack the same place twice. Few attacks do hit the same area twice, and if they are going to hit the same area twice, there's usually something that indicates that. Just waiting for this part to end. There we go. They're going to do the attack again. Zoom all the way out and take a look at those lines and then stand where they are widest. Ooh, I have made an error there. That was my bad. I missed it. But that's okay. It doesn't kill you, as you can see. Unless you get hit twice, then it might kill you. And right here is when our DPS should use the limit break. The Bard is the one that's supposed to use it. And the Archer. And it looks like they are not going to. Whatever. And that is the Ghimlyt Dark. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you found the video helpful and useful. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I tried my best. And that will do it for this one. We will see you in the next one. Bye!